today. From AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. It's Week 9 of the NFL on EA Sports.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in... They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. They run it for the first time with Tony Pollard. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So the first play in the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They'll run left with Pollard. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Prescott from the gun. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And it's picked up by the Eagles. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score. And a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower post-game. Parkey with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least 1 home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak can have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. He'll find his man, Simi Fehoko. This defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter. Back deep for Philadelphia, Devontae Smith. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Through him, and he's taken down inside the 30. And the offense moving quickly to the line. They'll throw on first down with Hurts. Flush to his right. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll run here with Gainwell. And here he'll they'll get it down to the 7.
5 yards remain on second down. And this is Gainwell.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. And they're going to speed things up here.
They'll look to run with Gainwell.
And he's in. Touchdown, the Eagles.
Kenneth Gainwell.
His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles add on to their lead.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
Now that Eagle offense will stay out there as he'll go for 2. They'll try and run it up the middle. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. So the defense gets the stop. I know it's situation to situation, but who has more pressure there, offense or defense, when they go for 2?
I truly believe it's the defense has more pressure because the offense has an entire playbook wide open from the 2-yard line. You can run it, you can throw it. So defensively, I think most teams are going to be aggressive and force the issue and try and bring pressure.
And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line.
The Cowboy offense going to head out now late in this first half. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. Prescott's throw there, caught by Gallup.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. A first down throw for Prescott.
And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's second down.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Prescott, Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. On 3rd down, it's Pollard, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Now Brown. Antonio Brown, kiss him goodbye. 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Almost the entire length of the field, a punt return of 97 yards.
And the Eagles will extend their lead here just before halftime.
What a risk he took, but it paid off. I mean, he took that punt from inside the 5 near the goal line, ran it all the way back.
And normal coaching says you let that one go. Anytime you're inside the 10-yard line, you let it hit and hopefully bounce into the end zone. But as you mentioned, he took a risk, and boy, did it pay off in a big way. I wonder if they let up a little bit going downfield, thinking that there was no way he was going to return that one.
Parkey adds the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to an even 20. Well, it's no secret. That's why they have him return punts. He has the capability to take them back, and he did so there.
4 seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away.
Now it's Murphy.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Final play of the half, Prescott. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 46.
And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
So we've reached halftime here, and it's our visitors, the Eagles, leading this one. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, all right, Brandon, thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL as we are officially into the second half of the season. We'll begin up north at MetLife Stadium over in New Jersey, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Kyler Murray leading the way there as the win gets his guys back to 500 on the year. Next, we head off to check out another game, and they trail that one over the visiting Green Bay Packers. Amari Rodgers, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's get up to Buffalo to check on the Bills, and they have the lead over the visiting New York Jets. Josh Allen has thrown 2 touchdown passes. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he's going to be brought down inside the 5 at the 3.
Okay, I wish I could say this from experience, but I have talked to people about this. When you've had a big return for a touchdown, the hardest thing to do the rest of the game is to make good decisions, because after you've gotten one, you expect to get another one. In this case, he needed to tamp back the enthusiasm a little bit.
Second down, they go again with Henry.
First down and much more for Henry, as he's all the way up to the 24-yard line. And we were down on the field watching Henry warm up before the game. He's a big man. No wonder he breaks those tackles.
And you remember what I told you when we were watching? It's not all pads. When you get him out of pads and just see him in a regular suit or an outfit, he is a huge human being and a lot faster than what people know. When he gets rolling, he's a lot to bring down.
41 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries.
A first down carry for Henry. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes this forward for about 6. Boston Scott, his first carry. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down.
These two teams, they met earlier in the season in Philly with the Eagles winning that ball game. So they are gunning for the sweep here in Dallas.
They'll run on first down. It's Henry. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Derrick Henry. Touchdown number 15 of the year.
And the Eagles add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. You can talk about certain guys just having a nose for the end zone. He's one of them, and he was not going to be denied there.
And defensively, especially in the red zone, you've got to be able to at least slow him down and hold on for dear life. But he's able to get out of a couple of tackles there, and not enough people got there in time. Pretty poor on the defensive side of the ball.
Hurts will throw.
And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th.
I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on, but apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Dallas offense set for this next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
Got his man. It's Fehoko.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Meanwhile, Prescott's throw there caught by Fehoko.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go.
6 yards left on 2nd down.
Prescott now from the 50. Pressure comes and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys. After the sack, it's 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Prescott. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Out now comes the Cowboys punter, as he's on here to punt it away. Oh, boy, he fielded it right on the goal line.
A good head-down running on the return. Gets about 15 yards.
And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
And it would appear that the open week a week ago came just at the right time, as they have dominated the proceedings here into this 4th quarter.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going deep for Brown. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Well, Antonio Brown can wreak havoc in so many ways. Here he's able to cause a PI penalty.
He runs the defensive backs with such speed and power. I think it creates panic on their end, and a lot of times they just reach out and grab him, and that's the result there, a pass interference call.
Hurts.
He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles. And this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
No, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field, so you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for the Eagles,
they continue to cruise as they move to 8-0 now on the campaign.
And they'll head back home next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, they'll fall to 5-3 with a loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against San Francisco. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA.